Hello coders, welcome back to another tutorial. I know you have been waiting for this tutorial for a while, and this is the group chat application, and I will show you step by step how to create a group chat application using Flutter and Appwrite. So on this demo, I will show you how we can implement group chat, and also you can see this screen was the one for one-to-one. As you can see, this user can type to this user and showing that this user is typing in here, and the message is being delivered and read. So we decided to create the same thing. So let me show you by creating a new group. So for a group, a user can go to this group section and create a group, and then the user selects the members. So I can select this member or this one, but I just want one member. After selecting this member, I'll click create, and I'll name this one group one, and then I'll click create. So the group has been created. If I can go here, you can see both users are now in the same group, which is group one, and the user, this one, can just say hi. We are now in same group, and the users is showing that the user is in the same group. And showing that the user is typing. And also if you come here, the user can also change the profile picture of the group. You can select this one, and I can just go here. I want to show you the real time, and I can select the change the profile picture, keep the current, just pick. This is the cropping part I implemented using the cropping, and then you click done. After doing that, you can see on this other device to show that the group profile picture has been changed. And also there is another functionality in this group. We can also, if I'm the sender of the message, I can also view the details, like it has been read by BISC, which is this user, and also I'll be able to delete this message. If I delete it, you can see on both sides it was deleted, and I can do this send a message. And also there's a functionality to send also images. I can pick this image, this one, and I can click done. We'll be able to send the images on our group chat, and this message has been viewed. You can view it, and you can also send videos. So by the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to implement these changes, and I can pick this video and I can choose it. Let's wait for it to compress. Yeah, and I just said okay, just let me pick this first 10 seconds. You can adjust. If you clone the project, you can adjust to 1 minute, 2 minutes long. Then I click done. As you can see, this is the video. So by the end of this video, you'll be able to learn how to create groups, how to send images, videos, and also viewing message details. So let's get started. I want to show you the structure of our project. So in our project, we have this in our modules. We are going to create the modules that we are going to use to save this message, to create this group. So the group Appwrite is going to be this group, which is group one, and you can see here showing images. So this information will be in group Appwrite. So if you select this, we are in group messages screen. So if you go to pages, we have groups. We're on dashboard. Since you're on dashboard, we have groups. Then this is the list that you are seeing. This is the list of the groups, of user groups, and the messages. This is the message screen that you are seeing. So this is the structure of the message screen, this one. And in here, the details, the group details. This is the screen for the group details. The message details, this message details, this is the details. If you are the sender of a message, if you click this, or if I click this one and see view details, this is the message details. This is the message details screen. like showing who delivered the message or who read the message. After doing that, the other thing, we have this screen. This is the screen of creating a group. So if you click this, if you're in group section, if you click this create group by selecting this and then create this and enter the group name G, this is the screen that's responsible for that. So we are going step by step on how we are creating this architecture, and I'm going to use MVC, and we have this view model. In model, that's where we are doing our state, and we are using Riverpod. So we any event that we did through our business logic, these changes are being shown on the screen. So let's get started. We have a blog, and let's open Google Chrome. Just type code with Bisq. If you go on Code with Bisq website, look for Flutter chat app, and you can view the playlist. Close this one. So currently we are on blog 24. So if you are new to this channel, you can also view other things that we did, and it's a continuation of developing a real world working chat application. So you can clone the project and do your modification, redesign it, and publish it whatever you want. So let's select this episode. On this group chat, we want to be able to delete messages, view group message information, update group picture, implement read and send messages for our group messages, typing status, and real-time updates. So first thing, we want to create the models. So these models are those we want to use them to persist data into our Appwrite. So we want to create a group Appwrite. This is the model that we store information of the group, like group name and group pictures. So let's create this, and you can follow this path. The path will be lib module. So in our module, we want to create all these. So let's start with the group Appwrite. So let's go to the module. Let's create it here. New dat file. So then copy everything that is in here. After doing that, let's create another one, which is group member Appwrite. So what I can do, I can do this. I can divide my screen, and let's create model so that we will be fast. So before I release a video, I will first create a blog that you can also follow. So to know that we have a new blog and we have a new implementation, you can like on our Discord channel. Just subscribe to our Discord channel, and you stay updated with the latest changes. So let's create this one. That file. So I will explain many things later. Let's have a group user module. And the name of the class will explain itself. Then here we have group info Appwrite. Let's create also this one, group message details state. with state. These are the classes that having the state. So this one contains group messages detail state. Let's paste this, and also let's copy the group message state. That file, group message state. Don't worry about the errors, we'll resolve them. They are auto-generated. After doing this, let's copy my group state. So list of user groups. That's the purpose of this module. So it will contain the list of users groups. So a user can have many groups. So this is the purpose of that state class. Create group state, and this one is when creating a group. That class, that file. So when you are creating a group, we are going to use this model. This is the logic when you are creating a group, and group members and list of all friends when you are selecting, and group details state. Like if you move to group details page, so this model contains the state of the groups, like including the group members and group name and group picture. So this is the one that we are going to use. And we have an attachment file. In attachment file, we are supposed to add this. Let's just copy this and look for attachment type, this one, and in this class we have to paste this. So after doing that, we are supposed to run this command, so that all the part files will be generated. So let's go to terminal, run this. Yeah, as you can see, we have created all the part files were generated, and these are the classes that we are going to use. So the group Appwrite, this one is the one with the, when you are creating a group, we are going to use this module, whereby when we have a group name and we want to know who sent the message and the message that we sent, and also the sender user ID, and we also need to know if the message has been delivered to everyone or read by everyone. And this is going to be profile picture of the group, and the picture name, like the name of the picture, either something.jpg, and the user who created the group. So, and we will also have the group members. Where's the group member Appwrite? So a group member, we want to know the members, like you have a link between the group and group members. So for each group, a group can have one or more members. So we have a group ID with members, with the group ID and the members, which is going to be a user ID, like the users who are using the applications, and the date the user joined, etc. So after doing this, and let's for now just know these two, the group and the group members. So that's it. These are the important ones. So now let's follow our blog now. So in our blog, okay, I can show you. So we can go to Appwrite. So if you are in Appwrite, on your database, you are supposed to create the groups collection. So you just say group and you enter your collection name. After entering a collection name, you are supposed to add attributes. So these attributes must match the values that are in your model. So for group Appwrite, you can see the group Appwrite is an ID message type. So that's the same in here. This is the ID, the message type with all the values that as it is. So just copy this and create attributes. For string, you have to select what? A string. For a string, you select a string. For a date, you select a date based on the data types that we provided here. After you're done with that, you can go to indexes. So for this one, you don't have any indexes. So let's go to settings. For settings, go to update permissions and you click add row and you select all users. If you select all users, you just tick everything and then save. That's all. So you'll be able, when the user is logged in on the app, is able to create a group and to update the group. So every user is able to create a group and update the members. So after doing that, you can also create another collection, which is a group members. So for group members, you can see these are the fields that we are going to use on our collection. Member user ID, as I showed you here, member user ID, just create the collection with the same fields as they are in here. It's better to have more fields that are not in the model than to have a few fields, and it will going to be a constraint issue with Appwrite collection. So make sure you must have the same variables as they are in the model. After doing that, create another collection and also remember to add also permissions to all users here. And come back again, create another collection, which is group member information. So in this members information, group ID, the message, member user ID, like if someone's seen a message, we want to add this in, we want to add the details of the person who have seen this message into this collection. So make sure these fields must also match the group member information Appwrite. So when you have the Appwrite, you must know that it's a collection that you are supposed to create with the same fields. So for everything with Appwrite, create a collection for those. Create like chat Appwrite, message Appwrite, friends. So create a collection, message Appwrite, create a collection with the same fields. And remember to note on the data types. And also in here, you are supposed to create indexes. So just copy the indexes. We want to fetch the user by message ID and member user ID, message ID and read, message ID and delivered, member user ID and message ID. So just create an index and you can just select like what I told you and make sure these things also matches like this and you just click create. So for this one note, we want to have a unique key. For a unique key, we want to have member user ID, each member to link to one message. So this is going to be a constraint for one message to one member user ID. So in that one, that's where we are going to update like the message delivered, the message read, to know there's a user, we have read the message, we have a user, we have read the message, and the time of delivered and time of read and their group. The message was for which group. So after doing that, you can also you can just copy the collection ID for the groups and you also copy the collection and add this into we can add them into our constants. In here, we want to have these collections for these 3 collections that we created. So let's continue with our blog. So after doing this, let me do this. The website is mobile compatible and also is to use. So after we created this, for now, let's continue with our blog. We want to add providers and we want to add this file term provider and also get group message info providers. So we want to add these providers. Remember, we are using Riverpod, so we want to use the best way how the Riverpod works. And in Riverpod, we make sure that we use the providers. So it's going to be easy. So for this one, we want to create this class which is called a file term provider. So just copy the class name and go to in our core, go to providers and create a new class called that file. This one, copy the code. Then let's continue again. Get group message info provider. Let's create a new dat file and copy again. So after doing this, also let's create another one which is get user provider. So this one we are going to use it to get the user information in asynchronous. So after doing this, let's add group message info provider. So this is for business, like the business logic to save group messages info and updating the delivered messages. So let's create this provider and copy everything that is in here. Copy everything and paste it here. Then let's create group repository provider responsible for creating groups. Just copy also everything in this class. Creating, updating groups and deleting groups, you can add them here. And let's do this. Create the profile repository provider. This one is responsible for updating the group profile information like group name, group profile picture. So let's create this provider and also to get group profile pictures. So after doing this, let's create message repository provider. This is a modification. We already have this. So in our message repository, we are storing this is the repository, the message that we are sending each time or seeing. So let's modify this in our message repository provider. Let's import this one, which is required in here, and we can add these classes to get group messages. We want to get group messages and be able to delete messages. So this is the implementation of deleting message groups and getting the groups messages. So after doing this, we are okay. Then in our realm provider, we want to get friends and get chats. So we want to get chats by user ID or the group ID. So this one we want to get the chats of the. So let's do this. So copy and let's go to the realm provider. In our realm provider, that's where we are doing implementation of local device storage like this. Then in our real-time, in this one, in real-time notifier provider, we want to add to be able to listen to the changes that are happening into the groups and group members for real-time groups creation and messages. And when you create a group, we want another device to know that there was a new group which was created for you. So let's go, and Here, before we do that, let's first go into the constant strings, copy these, and also these are the collections that I showed you. These are the collections of the group ID, group collection, group member collection. You can take this from the Appwrite. I showed you. You just go to the in here, and for your group, you just copy this collection ID, which is the same as this one, 7A, ends with 7A. That's all. So just copy there, and we can also, let's now copy this and go to the read time notifier. Where is the read time notifier provider? This one. And in here we just add these two. That's where the read time is happening. So if you haven't watched our previous videos, you can go and watch how the read time works on Appwrite. So this is just the implementation of how read time works. So everything is being sorted in this provider, and this thing is a singleton and it's available throughout the application. So after doing this, let's add these dependencies. I want to add this focus detector, and I will show you how it works. And this one is we will use them later. So I will explain to you and add this dependency, the shimmer and the circle image. This is self-explanatory. And also let's add the custom lint here. This will help our Riverpod to, if we have an issue in our Riverpod, we can have some suggestions, hints. After doing that, let's go to our analysis options, which is, where is it? Which is this one. And let's add this analyzer. So this thing works in compile time. So let me just do pub spec get. Let's get the dependencies. So after getting the dependencies, we want to run this command. You see, after we created some providers, we have an issue with it must generate these providers for our parts. So let me do this. Let's go to terminal and run the same command again, so that it will generate the G5 for file temp get user. So now it's done. You can see no errors. No errors. So let's close everything here and go to another step. So in here we want to go to the lib widgets. In our widgets, that's where we do our designs, like to show the group items like group tile, or the widgets that we are going to use, the custom widgets. So let's go to the chat message item. Let's go to the chat. Is the chat message item this one? And in here, let's go to the children in this method. This is the name of the method, and we're having a bug here. We're having a bug. This is the message, and here, this one, we're having a bug here. So in here, let's solve this bug by putting this. So the issue was that for a video, we want to display this widget. So for an image, we want to display this widget. So we are having a bug, like we were trying to display a video and the type of the message was what? Was not a video. So we were having an error when trying to display this widget if the widget is an image, because this implementation is for handling videos. So that's all. So let's create a default temp image widget. This one, widget, create this new that file, and we can copy this. This one is just to show the image. You can see it's just showing the image to show the image. It's a default template we can insert, and the to show the image, and it will be saved temporarily on your device. And this is the group chat message item. For a group chat message item, it's the same as the chat message item. So if you watched our previous video of when we created this chat message item, this is just the same, but in this one we are just adding a picture of the user who sent the message. So let me add that file, and then we can copy everything in here. And we can paste it here. So after doing this, let's have a group member tile. So this one show the group member, the tile of a group member, like the group, like the profile picture, the group name, and the is it an admin or not. So let's create this one. After doing this, and then paste. And it requires a user image, so we'll add it also very soon. So let's create this one, group tile item widget, new that file. This one is for group, to show the group, like the group name, if the group has been delivered, etc. on our group lists, on users group list. And also we have an error here. It requires a group message route, so don't worry, let's leave it like that. And in here, this is the group image, user group image. So let's just create this new that file, which is required on the group member tile widget. After pasting this, I think the error will be resolved. You see. So after doing this, we have managed to create our widgets. These are the custom widgets for our groups and group tiles and group members. So now we want to create a group. We want to show the one. We want to create a group now. This is the implementation of creating a group. So we are using MVC pattern. So the model, we already created the models. The view model is now linking the models and the view, like where we are doing our state management using Riverpod. And this is the screen, which is the view, and this is the view model, which will bind the state into this view model. And the implementation of creating a group, we are doing it using what? These providers. So these providers are working as a business layer and the database layer. So, but it's a business layer because you are calling the HTTP request to cloud, so that it will save the details using Appwrite SDK. So now in here, let's create in our pages. Let's create groups and create in our pages. In here, let's create the directory called groups, and let's to be self-explanatory, let's create a directory called create. And in here, we want to create a view module first. Create group view module, which is a .dat file, new .dat file. And let's copy everything that is in here. You can see the logic is not that big. Then after doing this, okay, this is because we did not yet generate this file. And now let's create another class, which is the screen that will be shown for displaying for selecting the members when you want to add someone, when you want to create a group and selecting users. So let's create a .dat file for that. And after doing that, let's copy this. This is the screen that you need. So in our screen, we don't have any logic, any business logic. It's just for viewing only. So after doing this, let's try to run this command. We already have this command. Let's try to run it, so that the view module will generate this create group G. With Riverpod, you have to extend this and create a state. You must override this method where you specify your state. So we already created the state. This is the state that we created on our modules. So that's why we started to create modules before we start doing the implementation, because we know that we are going to depend on those modules. So after doing this, we have done with that. So let's go to friend list notifier. So let's just search this one. Friend list notifier, which is no, it's okay. It's our provider. So in here, we have to just keep this alive. Just add this line, so that the state won't destroy it if this page is destroyed. So the state won't be destroyed. We can come back and get the same state. So we don't load the friends again and again and again. So that's the magic of Riverpod. So now let's go to dashboard and create a directory called groups. So here we want to show the groups. So let's go to dashboard. Let's minimize this. We are done. Let's go to dashboard. This is our dashboard. Let's create a new directory called groups. After creating this, as usual, we start with the view module. New .dat file. From this module, let's copy from this block. Let's copy this. This is the logic to show the groups. As usual, we are going to have an issue because we are not yet created this thing, and this thing is coming from this provider. So it will be group list view module provider. So after doing that, let's create a screen, group list screen, where it shows users groups. This is the screen responsible for that. And you can copy everything that is in here. And we can paste this. And let's run the command again. And our view module will be fixed. As you can see, no errors. Everything is okay. So now let's go to on our dashboard, let's create another group called details where we show the group's information like group details. Here, let's create another directory called details, which is the group details like group name, profile picture, group members. So we want to do that. So let's create this this view model as usual. We start with the model. So if I'm developing an application, the steps that I'm showing, that's the step I use. I first do the database design, then I will go to the repository where I add the implementation on how I'm going to save the data, how I'm going to receive it. Then after that, I will go to the view models where I would then start to inject the business layer. Then I would then do the screen later. So now let's go to the group screen, because the design is easy, but the functionality is very important. So the functionality will be a bit difficult. So let's copy the screen, group details screen. So let's run the command again to generate the provider for this view module. Since annotated with the Riverpod, it will generate a provider for this. So our screen will be listening to the state from these view modules. If anything changed here, it will reflect to our details screen. So you see, after we run the command, this G file is being generated. So that's why you are seeing an error. So you have to run that command. And let's go to the message screen, group message screen. So in our groups, let's create the package directory called messages. Here, this was for details. Now let's create this one, the directory for messages. So if you select a group, you then go into the group message, into the messages. So then you can see the group messages. So let's create the view model for this. So we can copy everything that is in here. This is the view model. That's where the magic is done, like user typing, sending a new message. But if you watched our previous videos of creating a message, of sending a message on one-to-one, this is the same, but this one we are just managing for the groups. So I decided to differentiate one-to-one and group messages, and for easy maintenance also. So we shall keep on updating our application each and every time. So it's better to have a separate screen and easier for us to know where to make some changes. And this is going to be a group message screen. In our group message screen, let's just copy this. This is the screen where we are going to show the group messages. So just copy this and paste it here. So after doing that, okay, after doing this, let's just run again. Supposed to create a provider for this class. I think we are now going to the last one. For this thing, it's waiting. We add these routes later. So don't worry about these errors. So let's create for a message. If you are the sender, you want to know who read your message, who delivered like the members delivered your messages. So for those information, we want to create a group message group message detail view, view model screen to view those information. So let's create this. So let's first create the details in the messages. Let's create a new directory which is called message. This, we are in messages, so we want to see the message details. So let's create a message group message detail view. So we can just say new start file. We start with our full model. And then we can paste this. After that, let's create another, which is our group message detail screen. And then copy. So after doing this, we are almost done with this. We have to just run the same command again. Yeah, as you can see, we are almost there. We are almost there. No errors now because all screens are now there. So now let's go to the dashboard page. On this dashboard page, you want to modify something here. So before I do that, let's just copy. Let's go to Appwrite and add our routes. Let's just copy this and go to our Appwrite. In our routes, and let's add the new routes of the screens that we created. We are done. Then let's go to our dashboard page, pages, dashboard. We want to add our new, so in here, let's import this. First thing, just follow the block. We want to add an item for the group, and then on our bottom bar in here, we have this first one that's showing the charts, and you want to add this one that shows the groups, which is going to be position 1. You want to say groups, then yeah, this is going to be a position 1. This is 0, 1. Then after that, let's go to the bottom. In here, the position 1 was chart list. Now the position 1, the position 0 will remain the same, but what you can do, we just duplicate this, and then the position 1 is going to be the group list, and this one is going to be index 2. The index 2 will be now the friends. We default to the empty container. So that's all. And after doing that, let's go to our main class. So in our main class, we want to handle the message delivered. The message delivered when the application is in background. So let's go to, in our main class, we need to add, let's just copy. I want to look for where we are listening to this, and in here we just copy this block, or we can just copy this block. This if statement is just for collection groups. As you can see, we have this if statement. This one was for chat head, and this one was for messages. So just below here, we want to add this one. And these errors is because we didn't import these classes. So let's import these classes. Yeah. After importing, we are now having these errors for the user ID. So I want to refactor here. We have the user ID here. I want to remove this user ID. Don't worry, I'm creating errors, but I want to make this global, like outside this. When the application runs, let me do this here. Yeah, I don't want to read it all the time. So after doing this, we are done with this. So if the application is background, we'll be able to deliver the message for the group. And this is the real time. We are listening to the real time. So it will check, do the confirmation to know that this group belongs to, is, if you are a user in that group, the message you marked is delivered. So after doing that, let's go to the Android manifest. So let's go to Android. There was a bug that I noticed when testing on Android. So we need this permission. Let's add this permission and add this crop activity that we are using when cropping the profile picture. So let's just add it below. Yeah, just leave it like that, don't worry. And we are done here. So after doing this, we'll be able to test our application. So let's test and see if we have managed to complete this together. So let me run the application. As you can see now, we have the groups section on this bottom. If I select this group, you are not in any group. So let's create a new group, and I select this member, and then I click create, and I call it group 1. Let's create it. Yeah, this is the group that we currently have, that we created. Let me select this group and let me go in here. These are the 2 members. I'm the one who created the group. I'm the admin, and this other user is a member. So let me change the profile picture of this group, and let me pick an image. Let me pick this one. Use the current one and just do this. This is going to be our group profile picture. As you can see, the profile picture has been updated. This one. So let me open the other device and start to chat with this user. Let me open another device. The user that is also the other member that is currently in the same group with this one. Let me run the application. Okay, this is the other device, the other member, and this member is going to be in the same group with this one. As you can see, I can open this message and I can say hi, and I can send message. As you can see on the other device, with these users are in the same group, and I can open the message. As you can see, it's now showing 2 green ticks. It means the message has been read by the other user. So in this view, you can see this image is the image of the other user who sent the message. So if you are at the center, there's no image. So I can say hello. You can see, even if I start to type here, or if I let me type in here, you can see on the other device it's showing that this user is typing, and I can send the message. Let me type and send a message. As you can see, this user are in the same group and it's working fine. So if you send a message, let me send another one. So you can delete a message. Let me delete. You can do a long press, and you can also view details. Like you say, you can see the message I was read by BISC and also delivered to BISC. This is the group details information. And also you can delete this message. Like if you want to delete it, you just click delete. As you can see on both the devices, the message hello is no longer there. So this is how the group chat works. And also the typing I showed you. If I come here, you can see if I send a message here, let me do this. You can see it's showing that the message has been delivered to the to everyone that is in that group. And here it's showing a notification that there's a new message that you didn't open. If I open the message, you can see this side is showing two green ticks. So thank you guys for watching this video. It was a long video, but I tried to make it a bit small by creating a blog, and the link is in the description. I hope you now understand how this thing works, and let's meet on another video. Salut coders.